Hello, people of the Imperium, and welcome back to part two of the Let's Build Tyranofex. So, this is our Tyranofex so far. I have completely magnetized as well. Even on the feet. So, pretty well all that I've done is two thin coats of Rackarth Flesh, as usual, and two thin coats of Screeming Skull. This is a brand new pot. As my very first pot is kind of looking a little bit empty. Sorry, just me picking off some dried up paint along the outside edge here. So this is what I've done for the birthing sacks pretty well. That's this. Sit underneath here, but there's a whole bunch of detail in it that I wanted to bring out, but not really. So I've actually done what I normally do for the carapaces, which is for these ones I didn't do it, but normally you would use a black undercoat. So that means areas like this I'll need to repaint, or around the ports here I'll have to paint it again, but because I want to do something else with that, like I normally do with shading it, I use this shade here, and I'll be using a lot of it for this one. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of recesses and stuff. So first off, you would normally do the black, then a coat of XF62 from Tiananmen, olive drab, or any other olive drab that there is. Games Workshop kind of makes one. With Caliban green. But as you can see, yeah, this is a very different shade of green. Ooh, that is close. Too bad they don't make this paint anymore. Yeah, this is from way back. Like, I'm talking about like early 2000s, late 1990s kind of deal. This I actually got for my Lancaster. There's a bunch of stuff, and a lot of it was still good, so yeah. And then I would do a thick edge highlight. It's going to be really hard to describe it, and also feathering kind of deal on the edges. Oh, here we go. So as you can see right in here how there's that dark feathering with that thicker edge highlight of Doomball Brown. You don't need much. And then all the yellow, I do an extreme or a really fine edge highlight along where the Doomball Brown is. And the feathering again with Averland Sunset. But with this guy, because you're doing so, I really had to thin it down a lot. And then afterwards, what I did is I really thinned down some Screeming Skull. And just went over those areas again. So that it looks like the detail's there. But it's very near the surface of the skin. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around with my medium layer brush. And by the way, if you're doing Tyranids, don't use a brush like this. Please don't use a layer brush. You will ruin a layer brush so quickly. Guarantee that. Use one of the dry brushes. Because a dry brush is just picking out highlights and you're rough with it anyways. So yeah. And also got one of these big, large dry brush. It really helps with getting the large area underneath here. So yeah, I'm going to do this shade to everything. And then it's just all about highlights. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, so this is going to be a really quick update as I have paint out right now in the container. So as you can see, I've done a ton of work. And I even have the heads pretty well done. Just got the tongue, eyes, and teeth left. But parts like this is completed, so and yeah, this is done now. And while I've been working, I've been doing the base, which if you haven't magnetized the main body, this is the biggest base size that will fit onto the XL handle. So there. So I'm going to keep on working. I will bring you guys back once everything is completed here, which isn't all that much left really, except for the main body. Still got some work to do. We'll do another layer of the shade on the vents and on these top vents here to make them darker, make them stand out a little bit better. There's a couple other places that I want to work on a little bit more, but then once that's finished I'll bring you guys back in here. Oh, and by the way, the magnets still go through it. It's looking real nice. So I'll be back in a couple minutes here once I am finished. Okay. So in my typical fashion, I've actually finished him completely now. Can't see him, but he is there. But I've also gone to my GW shot as usual. Got a couple files because my files are a lot more coarse than this, so refill on one of the paints I use a lot of. Cadian green. You can't really see all that. There we go. So, just as a visual comparison, got my food board here. Actually, very similar to the color I use. I'm gonna try it. On we'll do a couple termagaunts here. And yes, this is not the ones that you guys have already seen me build. This is a brand new box. Well, not brand new, but still new. Then I've also gotten another couple kits. So I've got a Hormagaunt brood. Two of my Termagaunt brood. And I decided to let my Space Marines needed some love. So I got a Dreadnought. So be on the lookout for those videos later on. But right now, it is all about my Tyranofex. So I have stuck on the birthing pouch already. but that's just because it's a little finicky to put on. But it is removable because it is magnetized. There we go. Now. The hardest part was actually these arms here. Because they don't go sideways at all. If you go sideways, they're off the base. So you just have to angle them in enough to get it to stay on the base. Right now everything is resting on a little Termagant's tongue. Pretty strong little tongue there. But normally it would set down, and I believe only one of those legs went just a tiny bit out. But when you're looking at it from afar, it looks like it's fine. Now with this guy we do have a total of 2 head options. We have this one here, completely magnetized. Same with this one here, completely magnetized. For now, I'll just stick on this head. So, see, there's the magnets on the bottom. Remove this Gundam piece, Gundam torso, or partially built torso, off to the side here. So these are the 2 sighting talents that it comes with. But thanks to my Brood Lord, or Hive Tyrant I should say, my Flying Hive Tyrant, my Magnetized Flying Hive Tyrant, I can show you these guys. These guys are just a miniature version. You can see. These are magnetized for each side. Yep. Let me just bring you guys down a little bit so you guys can actually see them a little bit better instead of this top down angle. Just hang on a second. There we go. That's better for you guys. So that's one option that we have right now. And yes, I can put on these little tiny sighting talons. There it is. So we can look like a little baby one there. Or we have the crushing claws. Down, or you can have them up, or however you want them. They're magnetized. Or here's another neat trick. Here's my flying high Tyrant. Yeah, you can stick on. Never grab his. Yeah. Actually see all 5 magnets. And in case you do not know, you can get 200 of them. They're labeled as fridge magnets, but they are 6 by 2 millimeter premium fridge magnets. You get 200 in a container. That was dangerous. They come in a nice box here, so just keep them on a semi-magnetic surface here. It works. If you've done your BB trick, a BB trick that I like to do is just to put a metal ball, a BB, in the paint so it'll stir it up. These are the giant ones. See them over here. They're the 7" by 1/16 of an inch monster magnets. Easy. And attach onto the steel ball. You can get it going. See? Now when you shake it out, moves around. The neat little tricks you learn. Show you those guys. Not sure what these are, but I think they're the battle words. I haven't actually read the full codex yet, so. They don't work quite as well with this head. There you go. And I have shown you guys how I've done these in the previous episode as well. Take everything off. As you can see. Darn it. I'm gonna have to super glue that, but you can see the 2 magnets, but they're far enough away that they only pull towards each other. Here, I need to. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to do today. Oh well. I'll get some... Set to super glue that. But the main reason why I actually wanted to have magnets in him, so then I can paint the bottom. See the magnets here? But I wanted to paint the bottom. Having them stuck here really makes it difficult to paint the bottom. You're only working with this much room. So for these next parts, I'll actually stick on this other head. And I do not know which gun it is. Well, one, this one here. Slots in there. There we go. And the final weapon that he has, as I say, I do not know the names yet because I haven't fully read the codex yet. Alright, well, he'll just look like this, actually. Kinda works. So that's my Trigon, sorry, not my Trigon. by Tyranofex. So, just gotta wait for one glue spot to dry on him. He's completed. So, if you're new here and you've liked what you see, hit that subscribe button. And if you aren't new here and you've liked what you see, hit that like button. Lets me know to continue on with what I'm doing here. And the next Warhammer figure that I have, I already have a piece of the note. He doesn't look very big. That's not since you see all this. It's actually the last figure in the in the start collecting box, the Trigon. I'm pretty sure. So that's going to be my next building series. Yeah, just look at that head. Look at it, just massive. So it's going to be the Trigon / Trigon Prime / Malenthrope. That's it. So, again, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. And until next time, remember to rock on.